What up guys, it's Salvajee from the Salvajee Cartel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about Destiny 2, if you should get it, and of course this is coming from a veteran Destiny player. I've been playing Destiny since pre-alpha and I've played every single Destiny expansions easily for 200 hours plus. So in other words, I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm making this video because I'm really tired of seeing people that haven't really invested a lot of time into Destiny saying that Destiny 2 is just Destiny 1.5. The reality is it's not, and Destiny 2 is probably going to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest game that we have actually gotten this year. Not because of the amount of content that it's actually going to have, but because of the amount of players that it's actually going to draw in, because, well, the reality is that Destiny 2 is what Destiny 1 was always supposed to be. If there is one thing that I have learned from Bungie, of course the developers of Destiny, is that if they say they are going to improve the game, they will improve the game 100%. When Destiny 1 came out, it wasn't really the greatest game. You know, you had to do a lot of grinding, there were bullet sponge bosses, and honestly the game wasn't as satisfying. But as expansions came out, the game just got better and better. Destiny 1 really had a really bad story, but Destiny the Taken King and Destiny Rise of Iron had actual nice cinematic stories that players really liked a lot. In other words, Destiny has improved a lot throughout the years, and Destiny 2 is probably going to be one of the greatest Destiny experiences that of course we've gotten to date. I mean, obviously, that's why it's called Destiny 2, right? The point is that Destiny 2 is going to be a great game and you might actually want to play this game. So with that said, let's talk about that. Is Destiny 2 for you? First of all, I just wanted to share with you guys what I believe to be the 3 most satisfying and best aspects of the Destiny experience. The first one is, you know, grinding towards not grinding, but like striving towards that piece of gear that you actually want, you know, striving towards that piece of armor that you actually want. The second aspect is, of course, the lore that is in the Destiny universe. There is a lot of lore in the Destiny universe, and in Destiny 2 we are getting a lot more lore than we actually got in Destiny 1 with these things called adventures, and of course we are getting a full cinematic campaign, which I really cannot wait for. And also the last aspect of Destiny is grinding. How much time are you willing to put in the game to get to a specific level, to get that specific armor, to get that specific gear? The reality is, if you don't like any of those 3 aspects, then Destiny 2 really isn't the game for you. One of the most satisfying things in Destiny is when you get those boots that you've wanted for 10 hours. You have basically been doing endgame activities for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you finally have it, and now you can finally brag to your friends about it. Now, not only is striving for gear one of the most satisfying things in Destiny, but on top of all that, it's also what leaves replay value into Destiny. The fact that you have to do the endgame activity the next week to maybe have a chance of those boots is what keeps Destiny entertaining. You have something to strive for, you have something that you want to work towards. And obviously, that is, in my opinion, one of the funnest parts about Destiny, that you always have something to work towards. One of the biggest challenges in Destiny 1, and of course all of the expansions, is that there was a lot of content scarcity. In other words, after you obtained all of the gear, after you reached the max level, after you did a couple of activities, there really wasn't anything that you could do at all whatsoever. And trust me, I actually understand how players feel when it comes down to this, because this is honestly one of the biggest struggles and one of the biggest obstacles that Destiny has had, and it's one of the main reasons why my channel isn't primarily Destiny based, because after I did everything on the most recent expansion, you know, Rise of Iron in Destiny, I basically just got bored of the game and I realized, well, there really isn't anything else to do, there really isn't anything else that I can strive for, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna stop, you know, making videos about this game. But the developers of Destiny 2, Bungie, they have gone out of their way to say that this year Destiny is going to have a lot of content, a lot of replayability, and a lot of things that you are going to be able to do. Furthermore, this is even better for players that are a fan of open world games as well as role-playing games, because this basically means that you're going to be able to get into the world of Destiny. There is nothing more satisfying than getting 2 of your friends and going into a lair to defeat a boss. And of course, that leads me to the second reason why Destiny 2 is a great game and why you might want to consider getting Destiny 2, the lore. Okay, there is a lot of lore when it comes down to the Destiny universe. In Destiny 1 as well as the expansions, they weren't able to really capitalize on the amount of lore that the game has. But again, Bungie, the developers, they have gone out of their way to say that there is a lot of lore in Destiny 2. Last but not least, in my opinion, we have one of the best things about a Destiny game, and that is the grinding factor. Basically, how long you're going to have to work to get that specific build that you want for your character. Like how long you're going to have to be playing strikes so that you can level up, so you can be strong enough to do endgame activities such as the raid. If you guys don't know, a raid is basically a 6-man activity where 6 people go into an area to defeat a boss and get awesome loot. If you don't like grinding, if you don't like putting in a lot of hours into your character, Destiny 2 might not be the game for you, because grinding, of course, it's one of the best parts about Destiny. And again, grinding is something that makes Destiny Destiny. You know, it makes it gives the game replayability, and it gives the game reasons for you to come back to it. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts about Destiny. So that is pretty much it for this video. Remember, if you guys want, you can support me on Patreon to get early access to all of my videos. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, drop it a like and subscribe to join the Salvajee cartel. See you guys in the next one, and peace out.